Guys, how are we all doing tonight? I hope we're doing well. It is a Wednesday. It's March. God, why is it that every time I put the camera on myself, I'm like, know what to say? So fascinating that my brain just was like, huh, you want to talk now? Like, anyway, anyway, let's get some housekeeping done first, and then we'll chat because I got some stuff I want to talk to you guys about, and like to be honest. I didn't I don't really have much plans when I do these. I just like streaming and I always figure out like what days, how many days can I stream? I want to go for more. And then I remember the most fun I have streaming is literally just doing this, chatting with you guys, so we'll see. Anyway. Oh, housekeeping. I'm trying to keep myself on track here. Anyway, you'll notice our lovely little goal up here at the top. One of these days it's gonna fix itself. But yeah, we are currently heading towards our second follower goal. Because our overall goal, we are trying to get to 50 followers by May/June of this year. So hopefully sometime by halfway through this year, we can actually get 50. I believe in us. I think we can do it. But of course, the gap from where I started this year and where we want to be heading, big gap. So, been setting up some follower goals for you guys to try to hit. Our first goal was already hit. We already hit 15. That was already done. That was my very scientific roller coaster TED talk. I should have had more fun with that, but it's fine. Anyway, our second follower goal is 25 followers. We are going to be doing a Funko customization here on the stream. I have metallic paint and I have a Funko Pop that I really want to customize. Like, it's already pretty customized in itself. I just want to personalize it a little bit, just zhuzh it up a little more. And to be honest, I need the motivation to do it because God knows I'm not going to be able to like actually do it without somebody telling me, you should do this thing you want to do. Remember? So I'm using you guys for help in that. So it's only going to happen when we hit 25. We are only 5 more away. That's mind blowing to me. Anyway, our next follower goal is 35 followers. We're going to be doing a Hogwarts house quiz. Now that I have multiple email accounts, I can take that Pottermore quiz so we can officially figure out where the hell would I belong in Hogwarts? Because God knows, I'm having a bit of an identity crisis with that. I have no fucking clue. So let's see what the internet can tell me based off of everything. Yes, we'll see. We'll see. We're also going to do a Hogwarts house quiz for our collective chat here, so we'll see. We'll see what happens. But only at 35 followers. At 45 followers, we're going to be doing a Lego building stream. I have a little words, English. I'm blanking. Fun. Okay, no, I got it. I got it. So I have a little baggie of a Lego Star Wars set. It's an X-Wing fighter. So, yeah, I think those are the words to describe it cuz God knows I can never remember it off the top of my head. But yeah, it's a Star Wars X-Wing. We're going to build that together at 45 followers. Then 50 followers, our ultimate goal there. 50 followers. Chat gets to decide what we do for stream that day. We're not doing anything too crazy, so nothing illegal. And y'all are not allowed to spend my money. I'm not buying shit. But you guys did decide what we do at 50. Anyway, housekeeping is done. Man, I get jumbled up in words today. This is fun. Anyway, how are we all doing today? As of right now, I feel crazy. Not gonna lie. Yeah, I'm being completely honest with you guys. From the past few days after stream, I haven't entirely been that great. Just gonna throw that out there. I've just been really sad. Not so sad to the point where I'm like not gonna do anything, but I just feel unmotivated, which is not a fun thing. I'm not. I don't know how to feel. I've been sad. I've kind of been waiting around because, last week, also Friday, I did an interview somewhere really far from my house, and I was like, the hours are not great. The pay is okay. God knows I just need a job right now to stay afloat. And yeah, it hasn't been going really well in job market. I mean, most of y'all can pretty much figure that out when you try to enter it yourself, especially as a post grad. But it's not been fun. Finally, I've just been in a weird state of like waiting to hear something happen. Now, I got news. Fortunately, didn't get it. So started off today sad, ending today a little sadder. But it's fine. I mean, I guess it wasn't meant to be. And that's all I can ask for. But happy that this whole thing with you guys is going really well. I like the fact that we are building a nice community here. And I hope you guys are enjoying this. Anyway, I feel like I'm going to expose myself for being really super Asian right now, but it's fine. So I hope you guys have some drinks because we're gonna be here a while. I'm literally just gonna be talking with y'all. See, normally I have water here because like my water. I do think I should drink more water. Okay, something happened. We're good. Laptop went a little crazy. It's fine. But yeah, no, I drink water because that's the adult drink. But here's something that you only really see in like Asian supermarkets or like Korean barbecue, oddly enough. Like only Korean barbecue, so the unlimited stuff where they cook the food in front of you. So yeah, I have this thing called Milkis, and I have the melon variety. To be honest, I'm not sure if I've ever had melon Milkis. I know I've had like the normal Milkis, and I know I've also had like white peach. God, I love white peach stuff, and you only ever find white peach drinks in Asian stores. But yeah, this I am exposing myself for being super fucking Asian. But it's fine. We like Milkus here. I'm gonna try this actually. So give me a moment. If I can open the damn thing. Come on. Oh man. It really does look like milk inside the can. Like it is very, very white. But I know it's soda. Yeah. So Milkus, I don't know how to describe this. It's it's a soda beverage, caffeinated thing. Carbonated, I think. Not caffeinated, carbonated. What are English? What's words? I can't remember. But no, it's a carbonated drink, and I think the basis of this is like a milk. Yeah, contains milk soybean. Oh wow. There you go. Oh. 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 Oh, I went on a flavor journey I didn't know. So this melon, I'm pretty sure it's like a honeydew type of melon, which is why it's green instead of like not honeydew. God damn it. What is this? What is this melon called? Like it's those green melons that you find. Yes, it is a honeydew. Fuck, I was right the first time. No, yeah, it's a honeydew melon. You usually find them in like the fruit section of like a Chinese buffet almost. Yeah, it's that flavor that has a soda, also with the milk. I don't know how to feel about it, but I'm gonna finish this because I already opened it. You know? Oh wow, I I don't think I've ever been this confused by a drink before. Wait, one fact that you'll find out about me really quickly, I normally like really weird flavors. Like my favorite flavor of Coke is actually like orange vanilla. Or if we're really being serious, my favorite flavor of Coke is actually the Move series. You know, like the one they did like a collab with Rosalia, right? I think that's it. Yeah, I like that Coke a lot. I also enjoyed the space themed Coke and the Dreamland Coke, which is supposed to be dream flavored. Don't ask me. Those were just the names. So I like really weird flavors. I yeah. I enjoy mango Pepsi because it's mango. Like it's Pepsi, but like there's a mango like flavor at the end of that when you talk about it. So yeah, I like really weird flavors. Oh my god. I think one of my favorite I remember something about Mountain Dew. One of my favorite flavors of Mountain Dew is actually um it's a purple Mountain Dew and it's supposed to be grape. It's actually I think a collaboration with Diablo 4. Don't ask me. I saw it somewhere, tried it, loved it. Now one of my favorite Mountain Dew flavors. But yeah, no, this I don't know. See, I've had pumpkin spice soda before from is it Lidl or Little? I don't know how to pronounce it, but you know what I'm talking about. That grocery store, they have their own craft sodas. One of those craft sodas during the fall was actually a pumpkin spice soda. There was only four sodas. We bought it. It was relatively cheap, like $7, $8. Not that cheap, but like, you know, $7 or $8 is not it's fine. Bought it. I wanted to try it. This was back when I was still in like I'm gonna wear a mask because I really wanted to keep my privacy. But to be honest, I've it's been a lot of work trying to get the mask. So I'm like, I'm just gonna show you my face. It's not like I go anywhere where people will be able to recognize me like that. Yes, fine. But yeah, no. I didn't know. That was a flavor journey I wasn't expecting. Cause I'm like, I know it's pumpkin spice soda. And I didn't know what to expect from that. I'm like, it was a flavor journey that I wasn't expecting, but I should have expected considering what the soda was. And now with this, like I know the general taste of milk is, and I like it. I like the white peach the best. So I'm like, oh, melon should be fine, right? I normally like melon flavored things, right? I like I like honeydew. I like cantaloupes. Hell, those are usually part of like my dessert when I go to buffets. Having this as a soda, don't think this works that well. I guess because melon flavors are really hard to do because melon in itself is such a delicate flavor that it's like if you go too hard with it, it tastes so artificial and you just here like I taste it. I get it. I know it's melon. Does not work well with this brand. I'm still gonna finish it though. Hmm, yeah, no. This is just like an unpromoted thing for Milkus because like I got because this was in a supermarket and I like this brand a lot. But damn, now I can say I've had this. I don't know how to feel. It is a flavor journey that I was not expecting, and I also don't know if I like. Anyway, I remember I used to do this thing called Fan Fiction Friday. I do still want to do it, but I'm like trying to figure out better ways of implementing that. But yeah. Yeah, Fan Fiction Friday was just I would go on TikTok. There's some filters that tell you fandom and what tags to search. And before they used to actually like have a filter that went through the different fanfiction websites. So I'd use that to kind of guide the journey. And we'd see what happens. We would just read together and see what happens. Unfortunately, I do still read fanfiction. I've gotten more into fanfiction now, if I'm being completely honest. But I'm like, hmm, how fun is it to watch me sit here and just read stuff to you? Not as much fun, and it's fine. God knows, I worry what's going to happen if I get to a point where fan fiction is going to be made about me. Because I'm like, what if I put online for people to try to guess my personality, guess what sort of my preferences would be in terms of, I guess, a romantic situation, and then or like change things about me to fit whatever writing style they're trying to do. But I'm like, I know how to feel about that. The possibility of that happening. So I'm like, okay, I don't think I'm gonna get to that point, but the idea is fascinating, and I don't know how to feel. I feel like they're people are gonna find that later on in life, use that against me, and I'm like, oh no, I've I've unlocked something I probably shouldn't have. Anyway, yeah, no, back on AO3 because of course I am. I've graduated from Wattpad to Tumblr to AO3. Ooh, go me. Um, I've gotten really into reading fan fiction again, which man, I'm not gonna lie. It's interesting to see what I find to be fascinating and what I really like reading. Find I really like reader inserts with certain like romantic pairings. And I'm like, I don't like straying from that. I don't know why. But yeah, I've gotten back to reading fan fiction because your girl has been sad and lonely, and I crave human connection like nothing else. So of course I'm going to fantasize about it through fan fiction. But like, here's the thing: I could go on dating apps for that, but I don't want to get back into dating apps. Does that make sense? Yeah, because like, okay, here's the here's one story, literally the only story I have. I've been on one dating app ever, and I've heard stories about the others, and I'm like, I generally speaking, like I know what I want, but I also don't know what I want because I've never actually been in a real relationship. I've just fantasized about it, and again, fan fiction helps. But like, how do I explain this? How do I explain this? I've only been on one dating app, and it was Hinge, right? I did all the questions, I did the pictures. My profile actually got quite a bit of hits, but I was like, don't really know what I'm looking for. Just trying to see, because I'm like, I have a general idea of what I want. Like, in actuality, can this happen? Can this be a legitimate thing for me? That was my thing going into it, where it's like, I'm secure in myself. I'm quite content with myself. It's just I want to now find somebody else to, generally try to, I don't know, have companionship with. I don't know. It's not like a friend thing, but it's like I wanted to try to see what a relationship would be like for myself. So I did. I went on Hinge. I got some. I talked to at least one friend, maybe two, about how to set up this profile, and yeah, did it. And I wasn't like really into it, but I'm like, there's I got really overwhelmed really quickly within like a day or two because I'm like, oh god, no god, too many, just too many people. This is too much. Can't. Oh, no, no, no. And I did talk about it with the friend that I was like, yeah, I got onto a dating app because you know nowadays if you want to be in a relationship or meet somebody new, dating apps are the way to go nowadays. That's fine. I talk to them and they're like, yeah, for females are like feminine presenting people, you would get more hits than that of like a guy or like a masculine presenting individual. So I'm like, okay, okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. But I'm like, I I did match with a few of those people, or at least, hey, you liked this thing. I looked at your profile. Let's talk. So I did that for some people, and sometimes it meant we moved our conversation from the dating app onto like Instagram per se, or I got at least two phone numbers, maybe more. I don't entirely remember. I think it's just the two because most of them ended up going on to Instagram. No, moved the conversations elsewhere after a while. It was like, this is a nice conversation. I think at the end of the day, I don't know. There was one conversation that I'm like, I stayed on the dating app for a long day. I think it was just a day or two where I was talking with this person, and just we could never find, like, we talked so much. There was always something new to talk about, and like, I feel like I just knew this person so well that I'm like, I don't know what to ask you. I'm blanking on like conversation topics because I'm like, I just I get you. And you're like, huh, well, and they're like, oh, that's sweet, but like, you don't know everything about me just yet. So we moved on from the dating app to texting, and then we were like texting every day for like 4 months, right? Within those 4 months, oh god, yeah, within those 4 months, we're like, I want to meet you. I want to see what you look like, and I got the Instagram for both. I got the Instagram. I actually got a YouTube account too, because this person made YouTube videos. Not that popular, so I'm not gonna give you who it is, but like it was like interest that we had. Then this person made videos about that interest, and I was like, that's really cool. I'm gonna go watch your stuff. I'm gonna subscribe. Don't know. I'm pretty sure I still am subscribed. If I'm not, I'm sorry. I don't think I watched the videos. I'm just subscribed. Oh god, I'm a terrible person. But no, within those few months, I was like, can we FaceTime? Can we call? Can we set up something where I can see you in person? Where it's not just through us. Like, I tried at least a few times to, like, set up something. And I was like, I get you're really busy. I know that you're working and you're doing this and that. And I was like, I'm respectful of you for space. And I was like, can we just I was literally asking for a FaceTime call. Like just 1 minute where I can talk to you face to face, where it's not just texting. And you can see what happens. Nope. Never. Again, it was asking for a FaceTime call. And like I had the Instagram. I saw that it was well, Instagrams. They had two accounts. And like I followed both. I know their face. Watched I watched a video of theirs, so I knew their voice. And they know my face because I've said I have pictures. I was like, there is no reason why we can't FaceTime. Even if it's just for 1 minute. Like, literally, let's just have another way of saying hello. And apparently couldn't really schedule that, but like, I still kept talking to them because I did very much enjoy their company. I enjoyed the conversations. And I was like, I've been talking to this one person for a long time. I kind of want to delete my dating profile because I'm like, no one else has like stuck around long enough or like intrigued, like, yeah, stuck around long enough or like intrigued my interest long for this long. Mm, I don't know. I figured I was done. Um, so I was like, there was one weekend where I'm like, hey, here's how I know you're gonna be around. I'm available then. Do you want to meet up? Nope, that didn't happen. That kind of hurt. That crushed me a little bit. Not gonna lie. But I was like, you know what? It's fine. Yeah. So kept talking for like another month after that. Now it's December. I was like, can we try to meet up before the new year? That's all I ask. And we had planned, like, here it is. I was like, oh, my sister and her husband are gonna come drop me off, and they'll be around, but safety reasons, because I'm young and female presenting, so want to have safety for that. And they're like, no, it's fine. Just I hope they don't mind us being together. And I was like, this person very much sweet talked to me the whole time, and I very much enjoyed it, reciprocated as well. And they got sick during the week that we were gonna meet, and I was like, that's fine. But I was like, so many people in my life that I told about this person were like, it's really weird the fact that, like, you're always initiating the conversation, or they can't even FaceTime you. Well, you're like, it's like, oh, yeah, I was putting in so much time and effort with this. And I was like, not entirely reciprocated a lot of the time. And I was like, I kept getting disappointed by this person. So I was like, maybe you're right. Maybe this isn't it for me. I hadn't deleted the profile just yet, and I know they hadn't either. So at least when I went back in, I saw that they still hadn't deleted their profile either. So I was like, okay, well, damn. um, it would be semi long distance because we're like an hour or two apart, and they're typically very busy. And I'm generally pretty free. It's not like I'm doing much, but yeah. Apparently, that wasn't enough. So, come New Year, nothing. It broke my heart a little. I'm not gonna lie. When was the last time I actually talked to this person? Yeah. Wow. Wow. Yeah. Um. How do I explain this? I didn't talk to them for a bit because I was like, I don't know if I kind of ghosted them a little bit, but I was more like, I'm gonna think, and I don't know. I didn't feel comfortable anymore, and it broke my heart the fact that I was like, I put so much time and effort for someone who's not going to reciprocate it, and it was like, oh, well, um, so yeah, that was the start of 2023. Went into the new year with a broken heart, and I was like, yeah, no, I'm looking at this. Yeah, so after the first, I guess our first date kind of didn't really happen. Um, 6 months, 6 months passed before they actually contacted me again. And it was like, hey, do you remember me? And I was like, oh, it's this person again. During that time, I had already deleted my dating profile because I was like, I don't want to deal with this anymore. I don't want to, like, give myself hope for something that it's not gonna work out. So I was like, I got really doubtful, and I was like, a lot of the people who did end up messaging me, I was like, do you genuinely want a relationship with me, or are you just talking because you're bored, or like, I don't know. The general thing about Hinge is that it slowly but surely just evolved into people who are just trying to hook up, and that was it. And I was like, I don't want that. I don't want to deal with hookup culture. I genuinely wanted a relationship. I wanted to find the right partner, which is really weird of me to say considering the fact that I'm in my early to mid 20s. And like, my ideal thing about relationships are like, if you're not in it for like the end game for me, like if you're not thinking about possibly spending the rest of your life with me, I don't want a relationship. If this is just like a passing fling to you, or something that you don't think that could last a long time, just don't do it with me. I'm not, no. So I don't know. Have I set up really high expectations for myself for that? I don't know. Possibly. But I was like, my general thing is I'm just asking you to put in the same amount of time, effort, respect that I'm gonna give you. That's it. I feel like that's an easy thing to do, but somehow really difficult to find. But no, this person contacted me and then yeah, they contacted me again because I was like, I was like, we still follow each other on Instagram and I do still like a lot of their stuff. And then we started talking again, but this time I'm like, I can't be in the same capacity anymore. 'Cause it was like we didn't talk every day. We didn't have the same talk. And I was like, they're like, I really miss you and I want to connect. And I was like, yeah, no, I've been busy and I've been thinking about it. And I'm like, I do miss you. I miss our talks, but I think it's best for us to just stay friends. So that's fine. So yeah, reading this, reading these texts again, actually, I kind of makes me want to cry because I was like, oh wow, this is somebody who said all the right words, and I was like, oh, thank you. And I was just like, the one thing I'm asking, it's just for you to stay and put in the effort, even if I can't always reciprocate. Just please stay. And apparently that wasn't enough. It wasn't enough. Oh man. Oh yeah, I also found out in the short time that we weren't talking, they had already gone on dates. They had been with other people, and I was like, wow, I meant nothing to you, which is really crushing realization. It was like, this is the first person that I have opened my heart to for like such a long time because I was like, high school, I got really hurt by somebody, and I was like, I don't want to deal with that part anymore. Of course, I wanted it for myself, but I'm like, that scar is still there. I don't want to put myself out yet. And then, you know, I was like, of course, my friends got into relationships, they started dating, and I'm like, I'm really happy for you guys, but also, I am so jealous. So I'm like, I wanted this for myself, and it got to the point where I'm like, I feel like I want something that I can't have. Which, yeah, it culminated to the point where I'm like, I'm a junior in college. I'm about to be, no, it's the summer between junior and senior year of college. I'm at a decent place with myself. I would like to start thinking about what life would be like past college. Um, and in general, I was like, what's next for me? And I was like, okay, I'm at a decent place with myself. I'm like, I should start letting my walls down, start trying to let people in again. Not everybody is out to hurt you in the worst way possible. Not everyone is bad. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna try dating apps. I'm only gonna do one. If it goes well, great. And if it doesn't, at least we tried. That was my general thing. So, yep, finally opened my heart again of at least one person genuinely. This is the only person I really had like a decent connection with that I just wanted to keep talking to, and I got burned real bad. Yeah, looking at those messages again because I haven't done that in a long time. Yeah, the last time I this person messaged me was 2023. Like when was the last time? It was like what, June 2023. And yeah, no, my life at the time was kind of trying to just stay afloat finish college and figure out how I'm going to take care of myself next. Like what was next for me. Um and I got to the point where I was like I dread going to classes. I was I was at a point where I was like I'm I hmm, what are the words I'm trying to say? I was like I felt like I was going to have a panic attack every moment of every day thinking about going to my classes. Like I loved my classes and I liked my classmates. But the thought of it always filled me with so much anxiety and dread that I was like, I could barely stomach I could barely stomach any foods. I would wake up mornings just spewing my own stomach bile. Yeah, like the acidic taste where I'm like, I literally just woke up. How am I like affected by this? And I was like, I would be shaking, trying to get ready for the day because I was like, I'll have to do this. I don't want to, but I have to. So, man, I remember I had so many panic attacks during my last year in college. It would last about 2 hours, I think was the average. Sorry. Sorry. No, I was like freaking out because I was like, I need things to go well, and it just never went well. Somehow, some way, for the last 2, 3 years, have not been going well for me, and I was like, my anxiety got so much worse because of me being in college, where I'm like, I hate this. I hate feeling like this all the time. But I was like, well, yeah, and I got busy and I didn't want to answer anyone. So I was like, wow, you did not care at all. That hurt more than I'd like to admit. Yeah, like if I'm being completely honest, the class that completely broke me, and it was like, I'm getting a degree in this, but I don't know what I'm gonna do because I don't want anything to do with this anymore. I went into this major because I liked it at the time, but now doing this one course and I was like, I hate this. I want nothing to do with this, but I don't know what I'm gonna do afterwards. It was quantum mechanics. Quantum mechanics and the fact that the professor did not actually teach us. No, no, no. He had PowerPoints and had all the stuff, but he didn't make the connection to us about like why it was important, why should we be studying it. Like what was the reason to have this class and why should we be fascinated with it? Why should we care? No, instead you just gave us exactly what the textbook was giving us and like here's all the scientific proofs and all the mathematics stuff that you need to do. And I was like, okay, fine. I hated the class for that. And I also hated the fact that it was like, here's the thing. Like I had problems that they would give us. Like we would do at least 5 problems for homework. Each of those problems would take at least 2 to 3 full pages, right? And our professor wanted us to write it in pen, handwritten, by the way, handwritten in pen, to be handed in person. So, what bothered me the most, and this is the real reason why I hated this class, and how I grew to like absolutely abhor physics in general was the fact that like he had the audacity to say to our face at the beginning of the semester and continuously said that throughout the entire spring semester 2023. He was like, I remember being a physics student. I remember hating my professors and like hating the amount of homework I had to do. I want you guys to enjoy this. I want you guys to really have a deep love and appreciation of this like I do, but then does the exact same things that he said he hated. So I was like, you're a fucking hypocrite. This professor was a hypocrite. So I was like, you remember hating to do all the work, yet you were giving us the same amount of work you hated. So you're not actually changing anything for your class. So you're turning more people away from this. That was the breaking point for me, where I was like, I want nothing to do with physics anymore. But I have this degree. I'm gonna get this degree, and I don't know what to do anymore. Which, I mean, I have to be thankful for that experience because it gave me the strength to do this. I for years I'd play around with the idea of possibly doing content creation in general. Streaming came like a little later. Yeah, I was like, I've always wanted to create content. I always wanted to do something like this, maybe on YouTube or Instagram. TikTok is a new platform. But in general, I wanted to create something, but I always came with excuses about why I couldn't do it. Now, because of how easy it is to like, stream and have access to this, I was like, yeah, you know what? I'm gonna do this now. Of course, I'm still gonna have to try and like get a traditional job so I can support myself. But side hobby that I hope one day can be a little bit more is this streaming, and I love it. I enjoy it, and I hope to foster this to something better. I hope I make this little corner of the internet just a little bit better for everybody here. But damn, fuck that guy. Man, did not expect to be really emotional about the fact that I was like, oh yeah, here's this person that wasn't almost. You hate that the idea of like in romance in general, the word almost, where it's like it could have been a thing, it just didn't happen. God, I hate the word almost. I realize this now. Like, I actually hate the word almost because I'm like, it was real. It could have been a thing. Had we taken the time and care to do it, it could be in it is, or it was. But it just didn't happen. And instead, now it's just like a mess of like whatever. So now it's just, here was an almost. I've had too many almosts. And is this why I'm just jaded when it comes to the dating scene? Because I'm like, I had too many close encounters where I've gotten really hurt. And I don't blame them for anything. I think I was asking for too much. But, you know, it still hurts to think about. I wish them all the best of luck, but to know that it wasn't almost really, really sucks. Oh god, this is reminding me of an Ariana Grande song where it's almost is never enough. I'm like, yeah, it could have been a thing. It could have happened. But sadly, for whatever reason, it didn't work out. I hope I do genuinely hope that the streaming thing doesn't become an almost. So, I mean, I hope you guys are enjoying this. This is just me voicing out some thoughts. Here's my train of track. I've gotten really sad about this. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to make this a sad stream, but it is kind of a sad stream. So, anyway, in replacement of any sort of real human connection, I've gone to fan fiction. And I've gotten in way too deep. I have multiple unfinished fan fictions that I've started. I mean, they've all been updated recently, so it's fine. But man, fan fiction writers, y'all are the best. I do enjoy your writing. I think some of your writing is a little bit better than some published authors. Like, I do know that if they change some of the names in there, they could easily sell their writing as a real book. Isn't that how 50 Shades of Grey came to be? Like 50 Shades of Grey started off sorry, 50 Shades of Grey started off as a Twilight fan fiction. The fact that that's an actual thing and an actual book series that later became a popular movie series is insane. Yet here we are. So, yeah, I'm like The fact that stuff like that has gotten so much attention. Fanfiction writers, y'all are the best. I don't know. No, 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 no. It's a flavor journey nobody should experience. Mm, man, yeah, no. Honeydew milk soda. That's it. That is what this can is, and it's not great. Mm, bleh. Anyway, let's see. I want to stream for at least an hour, but I'm like, I don't know. Oh, here's something that's interesting. Today was Matt Pat's last style theory. Did very much enjoy the episode, and hopefully, when April comes around, we can watch the live stream together where they're gonna do the creators. Oh gosh. It's gonna be a fun live stream to watch. I hope you guys do come for that. I'm gonna be there. Who knows? Maybe we could try to watch it together. Maybe I don't know. Because I'm like, if they're streaming, I don't want to take people away from that just to do my own stream so we can react to that. But also, like, that'd be a fun thing for all of us to watch together. I think so. But who knows? We'll see. Man, it's March 6th. I don't know what I'm gonna do with my life. All I know is this is the one thing, this streaming is the one thing that feels right. Everything else just, I feel lost. And I'm like, I wish I could feel more like an adult. Make those adult decisions, figure out everything in life, but I, I, f- I feel more and more like a kid just trying to like slowly navigate their way in life, and so far nothing that I'm doing is working out. So I'm like, I need help, and I need help, but there's no one who's willing to help. Even though everybody says they will, but I have to actively figure out what it is I want. And if I don't know what I want, how can I get the help? Like it's a weird cycle to be in, and I'm like, yeah, no. If this is what adulting is, take me back to being a kid. I don't want this for myself or anybody else. So I'm like, adulting sucks. Why? Like I've never felt more lost in life than I do now as a like mid early to mid 20-year old. Well, early to mid 20s. Yeah, I'm not giving you my exact age. I feel like I have already, but I'm like, I don't care. But yeah, no. Why is it that I felt more confident about my life and what decisions I was making and what I wanted out of life out of when I was like 16, 17? Sure, I was still sad and I wasn't sure I was going to live past the age of 18, but at least I felt more in control about everything then than I do now. And I don't know if that's just a me thing. It feels like what I've seen from everybody else in my age group. Like they all know what they're doing. They know what they want. They know how to do things. They know how to take care of themselves. They have the means of taking care of themselves. Versus me, I've got nothing. I've got nothing. And it's sad. I don't know. I'm in a sad place. And I'd like to like find a way to drag myself out of it, but I don't know. This has gotten to be a really sad stream where I've gotten really teary-eyed and I'm not enjoying that, but I'd rather I'd rather this be an honest conversation than for me to try to put on a face, a mask of any sort and like ignore the problem because I'm like if I ignore it, it's going to get worse and it's not going to be helpful for anyone. But man, it's hard to drag yourself out of a place where you are just overwhelmingly sad, and then things continuously just don't work out for you, so you're just like even more sad? I don't know. It's not a fun time. What I find to be really interesting about like job hunting in general, it's like, oh, I need experience to get said job. But how am I supposed to get any jobs if nobody, like, how am I supposed to get experience for any jobs if nobody will give me the chance? You want people who can do what, who know what they're doing. That makes sense. Especially after pandemic, we all just want to make sure that we don't have to keep in like extra time and effort to try to do things, right? So you want somebody who knows what they're doing. Okay, how are you supposed to get that if there's no one available, or you're not going to take a chance on anyone who could learn how to do it? I don't know. It's a hypocritical thing that I've noticed a lot. So I'm like, I genuinely feel like we're going down a dark path into a very bad dystopia, and I just want to leave. I don't want to be part of the dystopia anymore. Get me out of America, please. But, we need to find a way to make money in order to leave the dystopia, so I have to be part of it. Just a little bit first, and then we can find a way out of here. But, it's gonna be a difficult road trying to get that first. It's been a day. It's certainly been quite the stream. I don't know. I don't know if I can keep going. Because I feel like if the more I talk, the more I'm gonna get sad, and I don't feel like crying on camera again. I've already done that on TikTok when I've talked about my job hunting, and I've gotten to the point where I'm like, I feel jaded, and I knew it was gonna be difficult, but I didn't realize it'd be even more difficult because pandemic has made things so much worse. And yet somehow, some way, there's no way out of this. There's no way out of this. Nobody's giving a chance to get out of this, so of course things are gonna get worse. Yeah, no, this is just turning into a really sad stream. I think I should stop. Anyway, thank you all for coming. I think I'm gonna stop. Because if I keep going on, I'm definitely gonna start getting even worse in terms of like a mental spiral. Because I was like, I was starting to spiral beforehand, and I figured, hey, if I start streaming, I'll be fine. You know, I enjoy streaming. This is the one thing I can control. This is the one thing I actually like doing the most. The one thing like I wake up thinking about doing all the time. But I have to take care of other things before this. But I'm like, this is it. And yet somehow, some way, of course, the mental problems keep following you around. Of course, I'm gonna start. I've mentally spiraled throughout this whole stream. That's not a fun thing to happen, but it's a thing that's happening. So yeah, have fun with my mental spiral as I've gotten more and more into this. I'm like, I have faith in humanity, but should I continue to have faith in humanity? Because so far, the world has so far shown me that I shouldn't have faith in humanity. But I'd like to think people are inherently good. But I've seen and heard so much bad, and I'm like, I'm now doubting that belief. And I don't like the idea of doubting that belief. Yeah, no, I'm starting to mentally spiral even more. And to be honest, I did my laundry earlier and I still haven't put anything away. So I probably should put that away. So I'm gonna do that after stream. Anyway, thank you all for coming. I'm so sorry you had to be part of the mental spiral, but like, here we are. Here I am. I thought I'd be better. Nope. But anyway, thank you all for coming. I appreciate all the support. I appreciate you. so much more than you guys will ever know. You're great. I love y'all. Anyway, if you haven't hit the follow button already, please do. We are still trying to get to 25. Um, that's halfway through our goal. Um, if you're watching over on YouTube land, thank you for staying till the end. I appreciate you. Please like and subscribe if you want something a little bit more lighter in terms of this, but this is just an honest talk, and I genuinely just need to get these things out. Anyway, thank you, YouTube. I do have it. If you enjoyed me, or at least you want to see other stuff I do that's like a little bit lighter and it's not as much of a sad mental spiral. I do have a TikTok. I mostly mess around with filters, occasionally do unboxings and like shopping hauls. Those are fun. I do have I actually do have an unboxing I've been meaning to do, so I should probably do that soon. But yeah, that's TikTok. It's at Kai underscore oh my. Same as here on Twitch and YouTube. If you want to follow me over on Instagram, I do have an Instagram account. It is at Funkos underscore oh my. Everything should be linked in my bio. I mostly, on Instagram, mostly post about my Funko Pop collection because I have a big collection and I do have new ones that I should probably take pictures of soon. So we'll figure that out later. Um, if you're feeling a little spicy and you want to see what I did before, because I have the account, I just don't post on it anymore. I've just. But yeah, I have a Tumblr account. It's also linked. It's Kai Dash Oh My. So if you're feeling spicy, you can see how much I loved QSMP. I still do love QSMP. I hope everything's okay there. I wish Quackity the best. I know this year has not turned out well for a lot of us, but God knows. I hope and I pray that everything works out well. Not just for me, but for him as well. For everyone, really. I hope you all are doing well. And yeah, I think that's it. Right? Do I have anything else I want to say? Yeah, no. Anyway, hopefully tomorrow, our next stream, things will feel a little bit better and we'll see. We'll see. Probably have some stuff for you guys. You know what? Tomorrow we should probably play a little bit of games. We'll see. We'll see. Yeah, no, that's it. Anyway, I'm just gonna transition you guys over to music and yeah, that's it. Thank you for coming. I appreciate you all. It's been a weird day. It's been a weird year so far. Hope you all have the best life. I do genuinely mean I hope you guys have a good life. Anyway, I'm gonna transition you over. Yeah.